Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Thank you for joining me on a weekly podcast special that is on here on Captain Table Talk. Couple of things as we get close and as we start another work week and get ready for another brand new episode this Thursday with Zach Hill on the story of Solomon. Excuse me, not Solomon, Samson, um, and kind of his unique way of telling the story. He's a catechist teacher, so he deals with some younger kids in middle school, so he has a pretty good background in telling stories. And how does that apply to being angry, and what's the difference between angry and being wrath? I guess a good anger and a bad anger. That and much more this Thursday with Zach Hill. As you may know, on Facebook, it's been a little hard getting the episodes up. Not really sure why. They basically load, and just they don't really fully develop on Facebook for some reason. At least lately they haven't, and Facebook hasn't shared anything why that is. So make sure again check out our website tabletalk.com. Trying to update that as much as I can, and we actually did a redesign a little bit last week with that. Also YouTube. Also, number one podcasting network in the world right now is not Spotify. It is iHeartRadio, and we're on it as well. So iHeartRadio, get the iHeartRadio app. This is not an advertisement for them, but it is the number one podcast platform in the world right now. So Spotify, that type of stuff. So that's that. That's this week's show coming up with Zach Hill. We did it on location in the church. Another issue with the episode this week was his mic wasn't truly working correctly. So I actually just unplugged. I didn't notice until like halfway through, unfortunately, and so I'm trying to make that work. And so yeah, and next week we'll probably just do one by myself, and that's because I don't really have one scheduled and another guest, and I kind of been thinking of one or two. As well as, yes, as I've shared with you before, like a couple of weeks ago, we are moving Courtly, my family and I, to a different house. So hopefully it's a little bit more of a permanent studio, a little bit better backdrop when I get there and stuff for everyone watching the video. And sorry, it's gonna be very hard to get back to replies, comments, emails, that type of stuff from now until probably mid-September. Just FYI. Any questions or show topics, or especially without a guest out there, maybe if they were coming on. Um, there is a couple more that we're, I think, trying to. I mean, we got one in a couple weeks we want to do, and of course, there's always one or two in limbo that kind of you might have on. So again, we're really picking up the process now. So you know, try to keep it up the show as best we can here. Um, One thing I did not tell you last time is I am not going to a Holy Land this year, which is really kind of unfortunate because of all the stuff with Iran. Even though other people have been going over there and other trips, but Steve Wade, guest of the show, friend of the show, he's been over there for 20 years, and he's got a lot of good sources on the ground in the Holy Land because the Holy Land no one's really over there. No one really knows what it's like, right? Everyone says, "Oh, it's so unsafe over there on this and that," but no one really knows how unsafe or how this type of stuff, what is actually like. When he does, he has really good sources on the ground, um, over there, and he said actually it's almost been almost a month ago. I can't believe I never said it. At least as far as I can remember. The last episode, podcast weekly we did, or a couple of them ago. So yeah, we're not going to Holy Land this year. Luckily, not the whole thing was, you know, deposited or paid for yet. So I am going to try to get a refund on what I have spent. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Steve with that, but I don't think any followers said they were going, so I don't think that really applies to you. And besides, just FYI, I know a lot of people are excited for me to go. I actually had last year I was going to go. I had, money donated to me for the trip. That didn't work. So just want to keep you in the loop with that. We're hoping next year sometime, probably next spring. But we might have to re-sign up for that again. So I'll keep you in the loop probably over the winter with that as the details come in. And again, it's either going to be probably February or April. Steve said he was looking to get back over there. So unfortunate, but it's not the right time, I guess, yet. So um also, you might see the tab on the website that says donate, and yes, I don't really have a donation thing set up. It was a GoFundMe, but that I don't think that didn't get directly a link to the direct deposit or direct transfer, so that didn't work out. But I am trying to. Again, this might be a few weeks to a month down the road with everything else happening, but I am going to try to start a Patreon account and go with that. So we'll keep in the loop. So you can donate just because, it's again, I don't really usually ask for money, and I'm not, but I still want to have a good platform so people can donate on a regular basis if they want. Just because this past weekend I wasn't present at the conference, but we did have a men's conference in the Duluth Diocese in Minnesota, and I had my booth there. I did not have, I was not there because I had another thing I had to go to, or I went to. Big shout out to Bear Wozniak and Matt McElroy for the free book offering, so to give away, and I don't think I got some back, but I think hopefully I guess really check. But some people did take some. I know that, so that was great. Thank you, Matt and Bear, for that. So again, stuff like that costs a lot of money to support that thing. So again, if you want to make a donation, I'll keep you in the loop for that, so you can be in the know for that as well. Just because again, if I have the button, I should have something set up, and I didn't. So I apologize for that because someone did donate last time, and I never really went through. I'm like, oh. So again, the Patreon is probably the most common for get my stuff set up here for podcasts. So look for that in the coming weeks, and of course keep checking out the shop. I'm sure when winter sets in again here in this great state, I'll probably be on the web a lot more and designing stuff and doing stuff with the shop. So more merchandise coming up. And plus, I got some random ideas to some feedback from you guys. I appreciate that. So anyway, I think that was pretty much it. Like I said, mostly it was about the Holy Land, just because I did not tell anyone yet, which was kind of unbelievable. So no Holy Land this fall. Looking a few more months down the road in 2027, and keep me in the loop. So if anyone else wants to go, they go fast. But Steve Way is at least what I've heard of him, he's a great guide and great sources on the ground, like I said, in the Holy Land, which is very hard to come by. You hear you hear Catholic talk broadcasters say, well, what's going on? We don't really know what's really happening on the ground, where I think Steve Way has a pretty good idea what's happening. So that's lucky to know a guy like Steve. So Steve, if you're listening, glad to know you, and let's get out to the Holy Land next spring. So otherwise, question, comments, concerns, let me know down below. And again, CatholicTT@gmail.com for speaker and show request. Hopefully once we move in the new place, get a more formal space set up in the new bedroom upstairs. Will be a little bit more quieter and a little bit more professional in my appearance. Let's put it that way again. So until next time, everyone, stay at grace, go to the sacraments, and let me know what you think down below. Peace out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Catholic Table Talk podcast, where everything Catholic is on the table. Don't forget to subscribe to Catholic Table Talk on your favorite podcast platform to get new episodes delivered directly to you every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern.